welcome to Winsome Digital Learning Platform. So today we are beginning with chapter 2 of your political science class 10th book, that is Federalism. What makes India a federal country? So earlier we already seen this, that what is federalism. Now we are going to see what makes our country, India, a federal country. What about the problems of a vast country like India with so many languages, religions and regions? We have so many what? Languages, religions and regions. Okay. What are the power sharing arrangements in our country and how we share the power in our country? Obviously, a country like ours where we have 3.2 square million kilometers of area. It is not possible to rule the country entirely from a central government or from a center, you can say, capital of the country. So we need to have more than one level of the government. That is what federal state means. The Constitution declared India as a union of states. No doubt, the Constitution of India declares India, right, as a union of states under Article 1. Although it did not use the word federation, the word federation has nowhere been used. The Indian Union is based on the principles of federalism. So when you say in theory, in written, we are a union state, but in practice, in practical life, we are a federation or we follow the principles of federalism. The Constitution originally provided for a two-tier system of government. So originally our Constitution of India has said that there would be two tiers of the government. What are they? The central government representing the Union of India. Okay, so there will be a central government that is going to represent the Union of India. Okay, and the state governments. Okay, second tier is state governments. Later, with the advent of time, with the advent of our democracy and the mature how we are becoming, we come up with a third level of government, third tier of federalism, that is in the form of panchayats and municipalities. Panchayats in, you can say, rural India and municipalities in the urban India. Okay. Then separate jurisdiction. Every, you can say, organ or every level of the government is not deriving the power from other form of government or other government, but it is deriving its powers directly from the Constitution. The Constitution clearly provided a threefold distribution of legislative powers. So in three ways we have divided the powers. Okay. Between the union government, between whom? Union government as well as the state governments. Okay. So in three ways we have divided the power between the union and state government. So in spite of saying it as a ways, we say we are having three lists with us. So let's see the first list, that is union list. It includes subjects of national importance. All those subjects which are important for us at national level, they are included in the union list, such as defense of the country, the protection of the countries, then foreign affairs, how our foreign policy will be conducted. Banking should be uniform in the entire country. Communications and currency, they are included in this list. So what is the reason only these things, such kind of things are included in this list? There could be a reason. Yes, there was a reason. It was that because we need a uniform policy on these matters throughout the country. If you are not going to have uniform, you can say, a policy on these matters, what it could be? For example, currency. For example, I'm from the state of Rajasthan, so I'm having a different currency. When I go to Gujarat, I have to buy a different one. If I go to Maharashtra, I have a different one. If I'm going to Delhi, I have to buy a different one. So how I'm going to do business, how I'm going to do trade, it would be so difficult for us. So that's why those topics which were very important for us at the national level, we have all kept them in our union list. Okay. Now, on the union list, only and only the union government can make the laws. No other government can make laws on union list, and they are not having any power to make any law on the matters those are mentioned in the union list. So this is exclusive power of union government. Yes, it is an exclusive power of the union government to make laws on the union list. So as the name only says union list, it means only union government can make the laws. State list. Now it contains subjects of states and local importance such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Fine. The state government makes laws on them. For example, forests, trade unions, marriage, adoption and succession. So as the name says, state list. So the states of the country, there are 28 states. So they have the power to make laws on these state subjects such as the police, the trade, the commerce, agriculture, forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption, succession. All these matters have been included in the state list. So state governments has the power to make laws on these subjects. Which government? State government. Okay. Fine. Let's see. Third is our concurrent list. Concurrent. Okay, let's see what it is. Both the union as well as the state governments can make laws on the subjects mentioned in this list. So concurrent, both together, union as well as state, they can together make laws on these subjects. Okay, for example, again the forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption and succession. But if their laws conflict with each other, for example, the state of Rajasthan has made a law on forest, on the same time the central government has made a law on the forest, what will happen? The law made by the central government, the union government will prevail. It means it will come into force, it will come into practice. And the law made by, you can say, state, what will happen to it? So it is not going to be into picture and it is not going to be implemented. Okay, fine. Then along with these three lists, we have some of the subjects which are coming to us in our society, in our modern day world with the pace of time. So these are residuary subjects. They were not present in 1947. So our constituent makers were not aware of them. They didn't know that one day we will have AI, one day we will have cyber laws, one day we will have the social media. So they were not aware. So that's why these subjects are coming up with the pace of time. That's why they are known as residuary subjects. Okay, the residuary subjects are legislated by the union government. Only and only again, union government can make laws on the residuary subjects. All states in the Indian Union do not have identical powers. Now one more thing comes up to the picture, that is, not all states of our country is having equal powers. There is unequal distribution of power among them. Reason being, let's see. Some units enjoy very little power, okay, due to their small size, fine, and yet independent from the states. So they have the small size, one thing, and they are not included in the states, so they are independent from the states. Okay, fine. Now what we call them? Call them union territories, UTs. They do not have the powers of a state. So who governs them? The central government has special powers in running these areas and doing administration of these UTs such as Chandigarh, Lakshadweep and Delhi. Okay, so these are the UTs of our country. Now, we said that not all states in a country are having equal powers. Fine. So, how can we say that there are unequal powers in our constitution with respect to the states? Here are some of the examples. For example, Assam, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram, 4 northeastern states. Okay. Powers are enjoyed in relation to the protection of land rights of indigenous people, their culture, and also preferential employment in government services. So the people, the residents of these 4 states, they are having some special powers. First, their land rights are protected. No one else from out of the state can buy land in some of the areas. Fine. Their culture should be protected. Okay. And the employment, in the employment cases, the preference should be given to the people, the residents of these states, while giving employment in the respective states. Indians who are not permanent residents, those who are not living here, either in Assam, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, or Mizoram, of these states cannot buy land or house here. For example, I am from Rajasthan. I want to buy a beautiful villa in Assam. Please give me this villa. I'm ready to pay the amount which you are saying. No. Why? Because we are going to protect the rights of whom? The indigenous people, those who are living here. So we are not going to give you this land or villa. Sorry, we cannot give you. Fine. Okay. It's okay. I'll buy in Rajasthan then. It's fine. Okay. Enjoy special powers. So these states, how they enjoy special powers? In which article the special powers are given? They enjoy special powers under Article 371 due to their peculiar social and historical circumstances. So what made them to get these special powers? Reason being, they are having quite special social and historical circumstances. Okay, fine. Okay. If you are not able to read, I have only written these lines, social and historical circumstances. Okay. Now, what makes India a federal country? Same part we are going on as of now. Okay. Basic to the structure of the constitution, power sharing between the union government and the state government, or you can say basic structure of the constitution. Or this is very basic in the constitution, that the power sharing between the union government and the state governments cannot be changed by the parliament alone. Okay, parliament alone cannot make changes in this arrangement. So you can say power sharing, they cannot, or it cannot be changed by the parliament alone. Why? Because, for example, if parliament tries to change the power structure, obviously it will give more power to himself only, and states will getting the less power. So that's why alone parliament cannot change the power structure or the power sharing between the union and the states. Any change to it, whatever change they want to do, it has to be first passed by both the houses of parliament. What are the 2 houses? I hope you all know that. Easy, right? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. Both the houses should pass this law. By how? By 2/3 majority. It means, for example, 500 people are there. Out of that, 2/3 people should pass the law individually. It means, for example, 500 are there. Let's divide 500 into 3 parts first. Okay. What would be the answer? That should be in this part. Okay. 2 parts would people should say yes for the law. Let's do it then. Okay, it should be around 160 something, right? So, yes. Okay, fine. It could be around 160 something. Okay, so 160 plus 320. So, 320 to 325 people should vote yes while passing this law. This is what they are saying. Okay, maybe my calculations would be wrong, but I was approximate. Okay, it happens sometimes. Then it has to be rectified. So once passed by both the houses of parliament, what it should be? It should be rectified, means approved by the legislatures of at least half of the total states. So how many states do we have? 28. Out of this, divided by 2, 14 states should pass this law of power sharing division between center and states. Without this, the parliament cannot change the power structure. Okay. The judiciary plays an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provisions and provisions. So who is a watchdog? Who take cares that if some government will break their laws, break the laws and try to become overpowered, capturing more power, who will take care of it? Okay, fine. The judiciary is going to check that every government should follow proper laws and proper constitutional provisions. Okay. In case of any dispute about the division of powers emerges, the High Court and the Supreme Court makes a decision. Basically, if a center, obviously we have only one center, okay. If center and a state fight with each other, okay, center versus Gujarat, for example, who will see? Supreme Court will find out who is the culprit, who is the wrong one here. Okay. The union and the state governments have the power to raise resources by levying taxes. So obviously, government is not getting money from their own house, from their own home. Obviously, they are earning the money of whom? The people, the taxpayers. So every money, every piece of money or every, you can say, coin which they are spending on us is a taxpayer money which they are getting by levying taxes on us. Okay. In order to carry on the government and the responsibilities assigned to each of them. So what they do with these taxes? Do they keep at their home? No. They have to carry on the business of the government and the responsibilities which are given to them. So they have to perform their duties, their responsibilities, expenditure out of the money of the taxpayers. Okay. Now, constitutional provisions are necessary for the success of federalism. Yes, they are very important. But are they sufficient? No, these are not alone sufficient to have the complete federal structure or fully implemented federal structure in our country. The real success of federalism in India can be attributed to the nature of democratic politics in our country. So what assures the real success of federalism? That is the nature of democratic politics. How we do politics in our country. Okay. This ensure that spirit of federalism, respect for diversity and desire for living together became shared ideals in our country. So what are our shared ideals? That we are going to live in a federal country. We are going to respect the diversity of each other and our desire to live together. That what makes our federalism a successful federal model for the world's democracies. Okay. So this is a map. This was how India used to look in 1947. Central provinces, Central India, Bihar, Odisha, Hyderabad, Mysore, that is today's Karnataka, Madras, Chennai, Travancore, Kerala is there. Bombay, Mumbai, Gujarat, Rajputana, present-day Rajasthan, United Provinces, present-day UP, whole Assam was having the northeast. Then there was no Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, Punjab and Kashmir. This was how we used to look in 1947 when we got independent. Okay. So can you say that the 28 states which we have today were present in 1947? No. The political map of India was quite different from today's map of India. It was entirely different. We will see how. Okay. So now let's see how is federalism practiced. Let us look at some of the major ways in which this happened. First, linguistic states. Linguistic states assures the federal structure or the success of federalism in our country. How? Now, what are the linguistic states? Linguistic word means language. What are those states which were created on the basis of language? Okay. The creation of linguistic state, it was the first major test of democratic politics in India. So it is the first test of our democracy, that are we going to survive together? Yes or no? Let's see. After independence, what happened? The boundaries of several old states of India were changed to create new states, to ensure that people who spoke the same language lived in the same state, and those who are speaking the different languages, they can live in different states. Some states were also created to recognize differences based on culture, ethnicity, and geography. Okay. Such as Nagaland and Uttarakhand. They were not created on the basis of language. They are not linguistic states. They were created to give representation, to give platform to different culture, ethnicity, or the geography. Fine. The experience has shown that the formation of linguistic states has actually made the country more united. It has also made administration easier. Let me write this again. Okay, fine. So our experience has given us this thing, or you can say our practical life experience is that linguistic states, even they have made our country more united, because every section of the society, every language people feel that country is ready to accommodate us, to hug us in their own arms. So we are ready to assimilate with you. So this is our success story of making linguistic states. Even the administration has become easier after creating these states. Okay. In 1947, the boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new states. Yes, it happened. This was done to ensure the people who spoke the same language lived in the same state. We have already read this. Okay. When the demand for the formation of states on the basis of language was raised, some national leaders feared that it would lead to the disintegration of the country. So earlier the leaders thought that if we are going to make states on the basis of language, it will break us, disintegrate us. But on the other hand, it led to opposite. It makes us more united. We became much more united. The central government resisted linguistic states for some time. So what government was doing? It was resisting, keep on denying the demands for linguistic states day by day, month by month, year by year. But one day had come where they have to give the linguistic states. But the real-time experience which we have gained has shown that the formation of linguistic states has actually made the country more united. So we are much more united. It has also made what easier? Our administration, to admin the state. So can you tell me some states which were created, formed on the basis of language? So for the time being, I can tell you, right? Okay, so Haryana, Gujarat and Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, these states and many more, they came up. Why? Because they were having their own language. So on the basis of language, we have created. You can tell me more examples in the comments below, right? Okay. Now there's one column in your book, a plus column is there. Let's read what kind of linguistic diversity we have. Okay. The 2011 census, I hope you know that, where we count our each and every person of the country, the population of our country, of India held recorded more than 1300 distinct languages. So how many languages do we have? 1300 different languages, which people mentioned as their mother tongues. Very big deal we are having, very big diversity we are having here, and we are tackling a big deal. 1300 different mother tongues we have in our country. So much diversity we have in terms of language, right? These languages were grouped together under some major languages. So it's difficult to learn all these 1300 languages. So what we did, we grouped them. Okay. Languages like Bhojpuri, Magdi, Bundelkhandi, Chhattisgarhi, Rajasthani, etc. were grouped together under Hindi. Because they are different forms of Hindi. They are the dialects of Hindi. So they termed all as Hindi languages. Then the census found 121 major languages. How many? 121. And how many do we know? Hardly 3 to 4, right? 3 to 4 is also a big deal. And out of these 121, 22 languages are now included in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is divided into 12 schedules, right? So in the 8th schedule, in the 8th number schedule, the languages are given in our Constitution. So that's why these languages are also known as scheduled languages or officially recognized languages basically in our country. Okay. And with other one, they are known as non-scheduled languages, as simple as that. So Hindi is the mother tongue of how many people? About 44% of Indians. So out of every 100 people, 44 people are speaking Hindi as their mother tongue. Okay. If all those who knew Hindi are added as a second or third language, so those who people said that our first language, for example, is Punjabi, second is Hindi. So if we all clubbed them together, the total number was still less than 50%. Okay, in 2011. As for English, only 0.02% people said that English is their mother tongue. I hope you know what is a mother tongue, right? The language which you learn from your mama, your mother, that is your mother tongue. So only 0.02% people says that their mother tongue is English, and majority of the people are having Hindi as their mother tongue. Even not majority, but 44% is a big number, right? Okay. See the boxes, these are the scheduled languages of India. Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Udiya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu. So these 22 languages are the scheduled languages of our country. How many do we have? 22. Was I too quick? So Assamese is in Assam, Bengali in Bengal, Bodo is a, you can say, tribal language, right? Of Assam, I guess, there only. Dogri is a language of, again, Northeast, yes. Gujarat, Hindi, North India. Kannada, tell me, Karnataka. Kashmiri, obviously Kashmir. Konkani, in the parts of Goa. Mithila is basically in UP and Bihar, some parts there. Then Malayalam, Kerala. Manipuri in Manipur. Marathi in Maharashtra. Nepali, the people of, you can say, Uttarakhand and the northeast state, they speak Nepali. Udiya, Odisha, Punjabi, obviously Punjab, Sanskrit. In some parts of India, people do speak Sanskrit throughout their day, right? Difficult, but they do speak. Santhali, in the areas of Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, there is a tribe known as Santhal. they speak this language. Sindhi people speak this. Tamil, obviously Tamil Nadu. Telugu in Andhra and Telangana, and Urdu in the parts of UP and northern India, some pockets, and in Jammu and Kashmir. Obviously, people speaks Urdu. So these are the scheduled languages of our Indian Constitution, given in which schedule? 8th schedule. Which schedule? 8th schedule. Second is language policy. Constitution did not give the status of national language. No national language we have in our country. No language, even the Hindi is the official language of our country, not the national language of the country. So, Hindi was identified as the official language. What do you mean by official language? Simply put, the whole government's official work will be written, printed in Hindi as well as later on in English as well. But Hindi is a mother tongue of only 40% population, or you can say 44 precisely, I can say. Besides Hindi, there are 21 other languages recognized as scheduled languages by the Constitution. We have already read. So what is the benefit of a language declared as scheduled language? What is the edge it is getting over other languages? Now we will see that. A candidate in an examination conducted for the central government positions may opt to take the examination in any of these languages. So benefit is that if you are sitting in any central government exam in your near future, then in any 22 languages, any out of these 22 languages, you can write exam in any language. So that is the edge, that is the benefit of a language declared as a scheduled language. Okay. States too have their own official languages. So states have their own official languages. Much of the government works take place in the official language of the concerned state. So for example, if Gujarat says that Gujarati is their official language, so much of their official work will be done in Gujarati only in the state of Gujarat. But what if they have to communicate for example, let's say they have to communicate with central government, they have to either choose Hindi or English, right? Let's go to this one here, and I have said you Gujarati, right? Right? Gujarati, official language of Gujarat, it could be, right? He was missing. Okay. Let's see. Be cautious. Okay. Now, cautious attitude in spreading the use of Hindi. So, government or not government, constitution makers and the people of Constituent Assembly said that it is a duty of state government, not state, central as well as state government, both, that you should promote Hindi as the official language of the state. Okay. So South Indian people felt that why only Hindi? Why not our Tamil? Why not our Telugu? Why not our Malayalam? Why not our Kannada? Right. So now what happened? According to the Constitution, the use of English for official purposes was to stop in 1965. So English, we started from 1947 and we will stop the use of English by 1965. Why only English? Why not French? Why not Dutch? Or Dutch, right? Why not German? Why not Spanish language? Reason being, we were ruled by whom? Britishers for the 200 years. So they have given us English very well, right? We are having good knowledge. That's why English only. Okay. But many non-Hindi speaking states, for example, basically the North Indian state, right? Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana. Telangana was not there, Andhra basically, right? They started demanding that the use of English should be continued because they were not aware of the Hindi properly. They cannot read and write properly. So let English be in use as well. Okay. So promotion of Hindi continues to be the official policy of the government of India till date, right? Till today as well, promoting Hindi as the official, you can say, language is the official policy of the government of India, and this is not illegal, this is not wrong, because constitution itself says in one article, that is your homework to find out which article it is, okay, that you should promote Hindi a lot. Okay, promotion does not mean that, promotion is not having a meaning that central government can impose Hindi on states where people speak a different language. That's why we have given so many language scheduled language status. It doesn't mean that I have a right to promote Hindi, so I'll impose on you. No, that is not. That's why we are a diverse country and we respect, we accommodate, we assimilate all kind of diversity in our country. Third is center-state relations. For a long time, the same party ruled both at the center and in most of the states. And it is termed as earlier by political scientists as Congress era, one party rule, right? So the state government did not exercise their rights as autonomous federal units. So states were like, okay, fine. The party which the central government is ruling, same the party we are having in our state. So they were not as powerful as you can say the present day states are, the way they are speaking. So it was very normal behavior, no issues were there. But what happened when the ruling party at the state level was different and they started changing, new parties keep on coming up, the parties that rule at the center, so those who are at the central level, they try to undermine, means control, subjugate the power of the states, of those who are having different party governments. But what happened? Good thing happened after 1990. Rise of regional parties in many states of the country. In many states, small parties came up. Those who were having presence in their own states and the center ruling by a different party. This was also the beginning of the era of coalition governments at the center. Now, what is a coalition government? Coalition government simply means when the government is formed by two or more political parties. Two or more political parties. That is known as coalition government. This led to a new culture of power sharing. So now even at the center, the government has to share power. So if they are sharing power, they have to respect for the autonomy of state governments, because now they can not only pressurize any state government, they cannot impose their view. Why? Because they are also having support of other parties, so they have to take care of each and every party, their point of view, their opinions and their demands. It was supported by a major judgment of the Supreme Court that made it difficult for the central government dismiss state governments in arbitrary manners. Earlier, what used to happen, central government, as per their own wish, they used to dismiss the state government of different states. But in a judgment by Supreme Court said that with your own wish, dear central governments, you cannot change the state governments. You have to follow the protocol. You have to follow the procedure. And if we'll find that you are doing like this, we will take a action against central government. So they have to take care of this thing now. So, perils of running a coalition. Perils means negative points or disadvantages of running a coalition government. In after 1990, and the state plead for more powers. Before 1990, see, state governments are standing in queue. Please give us some powers. Now we are begging you. So, but after 1990, this is a coalition government. Different parties are there. AIADMK, then Samajwadi Party. This is another party leader, another party leader, another party. So he's sitting on the throne which were made by different parties. So they have to listen to different parties. If you want to listen to us, listen, we are cracker, right? We will blast and all your government will fall. So that's why you have to take care of us. This is a cracker, see. So I have already explained you what is a coalition government. A government formed by the coming together of at least two political parties. How many? Two political parties. Usually partners in a coalition. What they form? A political alliance and they adopt a common program. So two brothers or two sisters come together and they form a alliance. They form a group, and this group of different political parties is what known as coalition government. Okay, so today we completed our part till here. So I'll meet you next video maybe. No, not maybe, sure, right? Okay, so till then, keep learning. And if you have any type of query, doubt, question related to your chapter, you can ask me in the comments below. Thank you and have a great day.